Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Talking Tech with a Techie Guy. Today we're talking about the MTN Steppa Tablet. This is MTN's latest offering into the market. It is I wouldn't say cheap, but a entry-level 999 Rand tablet that actually runs Android KitKat 4.4 and has a 42 megabits per second download HSDPA connection. So yes, it also has the Wi-Fi. It is got 4 gigs of internal storage, but it also has a micro SD card so you can expand that storage. It is a Qualcomm 1.2 gigahertz processor, 7-inch tablet, and 3500 milliamp hour battery. So it actually lasts quite a while with quick charge, so you can charge it up 40% quite quickly. So how does this tablet actually look? What does it feel like? Here's the tablet itself. As you can see, it's got no buttons on the front of the device at all. On the back, it's got the MTN branding, the Qualcomm Snapdragon chip. It has got some speakers. It's also got a rear-facing camera. Now, the rear-facing camera is a 2-megapixel camera, so don't expect any major photography happening with this device. It's also got the slot that kind of protects your micro SD and then your SIM card, and then the only buttons are along here, which are your power and then your power on, power off button. Overall, the build quality is quite good. Again, the front facing camera is even worse. It's 0.3 megapixels. So this is not a device if you're into photography by any leap of the imagination. But if you do want a portability and the ability to work wherever you are with nice fast speeds at not paying a huge rate, absolutely the device for you. So the build quality itself is very nice. Plastically, it does have a nice solid feel to it. There's no creaking of any kind. It feels solid, but I definitely would still get a cover when those become available. So switch on the device itself. You can see quite responsive little guy. 4.4 KitKat is there, but it does have the MTN Qualcomm's kind of skin lying on top of that. So some things to note. Let's start off with something called Battery Guru, which I really dig on this. Basically, what Qualcomm has done is it says, look, you've got apps running on your device, but do you need each app to refresh itself all the time? Does the weather really need to be up to date? Does your calendar need to be getting the latest appointments even though your device is just lying on your desk? And the answer is no. So what they've done is they've created this app. It monitors your apps, and then it works out which app needs to be live, in other words, refreshing continuously, and which app can be updated whenever you need it updated. So, for example, a calendar, it will update it based on how you use it, but you can obviously change it and says when it wants to or when you open it. Very clever. It saves a hell of a lot of battery when you do it this way. It does do 2 days worth of learning of how you use your apps. Then it works out what you use more often and what needs to be constantly live and constantly up to date versus what can just lie in waiting. So very, very clever little feature there. Other features of the device that we like to kind of chat about is music. Let's just bang one of these things on. Nothing wrong with that. Nice quality sound, loud enough to you to chill with. It does have a headphone jack, so you don't have to disturb everybody else with your Adele music. And once you get out of that, again, it's got all these. Let me just close all the apps running in background. Video. Let's just see how that works out. So here is one of the soppy Letters to Juliet movies. I can fast forward to any point. Right. Absolutely nothing wrong with that quality. Nice size screen and good quality of your sound as well. So that is that. Now, we have these tablets so we can play some games wherever we happen to be. Somebody asked me about Clash of Clans, so let me just fire that up that quickly. Right, again, taking up the full screen, really getting kind of good visual experience with Clash of Clans. Remember, 1.2 gigahertz processor, but it does run the Qualcomm Adreno 302 GPU chip, so your graphics do get handled by that. And here is my little village. As you can see, absolutely everything works like you expect it to work. Okay. Yeah, so you can just kind of move things around. Doesn't crash. I really haven't had any single issue with any of these stuff. So let's get out of. Let's just shut that game. The game I do like to test on these devices is Subway Surfers, and the reason for that is because it does really kind of put a bit of strain on the processor as well as the graphics chip. And if there's any lag, you'll probably be able to see it here as Mr. Subway over here tries to run away and jump over the cart. So let's just check that out. Okay, so we'll just see what that looks like. So, okay, absolutely nothing wrong with that. Nice and smooth. Okay. Perfectly fine. It plays the game very nicely. So let's just bow out of that. So gaming is quite cool, music is cool, video is cool on this thing. Social media, of course, I can run all my social media accounts through this with really no hassle whatsoever. I've got Instagram, I've got Twitter, I've got Facebook. I mean, all your usual suspects are here. Okay, so let's do a quick speed test to see how it does on the network. It's currently sitting at HSDPA plus, but it does fluctuate between that and 3G. So I want to move it. Let's see if we can begin tests, see what kind of speed we get out of it. But I see it is dropping down to 3G anyways. Okay, not bad. Sure, actually not bad at all. We're thinking about 7 megabits per second, 7.5. Okay, it's sitting up there, quite steadily. So nice speed from MTN. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. 7.36 is a megabits for your download speed. Let's just check what our upload speed is going to be. Again, 2.3, 2.4. Nothing wrong with that. Even some of the high-end devices don't give you those kind of speeds. So it's very clever that they've gone for that chipset. What is also nice is that the range, it's sitting at 900 and the 2100 megahertz range, which means that you probably get good coverage indoors as well. Beyond that, the only thing I can complain about is the camera. So if you're into photography, you're not really going to dig this too much. The rear camera is 4 megapixels, and the front camera is okay. So the only thing I can actually complain about is going to be the camera. The rear camera is a 2 megapixel camera, and the front camera is 0.3 megapixel camera. I suppose you got to save some money somewhere, and probably the camera technology is where you do it. So it's not meant for your selfies, but I suppose it does a job at a pinch, and it will kind of do the trick for you. So overall, it's available from MTN at the end of November. The price is 999 Rand. It will come with 200 megabytes of data per month for 12 months. And they will say that they will announce some post-paid options as well, because this is the prepaid prices. So not a bad Christmas device, end of the year, your kids, people at university, people who want portability. Nothing wrong with this device, absolutely whatsoever. I haven't managed to fault it besides the camera. Overall, I would be quite happy to have something like this available to me. Well, that is for me. If you'd like what you saw, please comment below. If you didn't, definitely comment below so we can make changes. Otherwise, subscribe right here, press the button. Okay, press the button, press the button. Fantastic. And then check out the blog as well, so you can kind of keep in touch with what's happening. All right, and that is it for another episode of Talking Tech with a Techie Guy. Thanks for tuning in.